what's occurring. And thanks for downloading episode 11 of Martley's best and only podcast, Crease Me Up. We really appreciate your support, and it makes such a difference for us if you could hit the follow or subscribe button on your phone. Now, as you know, this is a podcast about the guys and gals at Martley Cricket Club, the best village cricket club in the world, in the best village in the world. In what is our 11th episode, we review 2024 with Bananaman-on-steroids Dan and hairy-but-pulls-a-nice-pint Tobey. We examine key questions such as why Dan is so focused on puppies, why Tobey thinks Venom III might be film of the year, and why Steve is still the world's greatest romantic. Check us out on social media. Do get in touch at creasemeup@hotmail.com and go to martleycricket.co.uk to come and play cricket with us. Enjoy the show and have a fantastic 2025. Tidy. Hello, it's Craig. It's episode 11 of the Crease Me Up podcast. I hope you're all happy Christmas. With me, we got Clark Kent. How are you?
Morning.
Yeah, we're calling him Clark now because of his glasses. That's Steve. We have super guest of the year, Tobey. How are you, Tobey?
I'm all right, thanks. Yourself?
I'm all right. Thank you, mate. Thank you for asking. And also super guest number 2, but in no particular order of super guests, we've got Dan. How are you, Dan?
I'm good. It's good you call me a super guest. I don't like to complain.
Yeah. If you do want to sit near to the mic, that'd be awesome. Thank you for downloading this podcast. We do appreciate it. Appreciate your support, all three of you. So we've got a cracking episode.
Firstly, what have you done to your hair?
What?
Look at the state of that hair. More hair product than
Look at both of your hairs.
Vidal Sassoon you've got on today.
To be fair, you do look like a Lego man. Like, you could just take that off and...
From the side as well, it's a bit grey.
Right. You can all knock off for a start.
A few greys coming in the side.
But happy Christmas. Anyway.
How's Polestar going, Craig?
Yeah, anyway. So it's going to be a cracking podcast. Well, for the first minute anyway, and then it'll go downhill. So we are talking today a review of the year. Now, every podcast I've listened to has done a review of the year. We're recording this all the way from here to the Tap and Run. So we're in the Tap and Run today, the most amazing bar in Marley that's open. Is that fair?
Yeah. Fair.
And we've already got Madry. We've got, what are you drinking?
Thatcher's.
Dan?
Driving. Diet Coke.
Steve?
Lager.
Now, do you want to explain exactly how you're feeling and why you're feeling that way?
Very rough today, to be quite honest with you, Craig. Started at 9 o'clock yesterday morning, went to the football, went to the pub to see a mate, and then watched the boxing until 1 o'clock this morning.
And how?
So I'm a bit tentative, a bit.
Was it
fragile.
worth it?
No, shit, the boxing was.
Dan is hitting Steve over the head. Which you need to do now and again. I
thought the boxing was terrible last night. I thought it was fixed.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That was the biggest rig I've ever seen in my life.
It is pretty big.
You watch it?
No. I was happily asleep,
Do you think Tyson Fury, needs to shave his chest like I do?
Well, firstly, he outboxed Usyk last night.
Yeah, but
he landed all punches.
He's got big enough handles.
Usyk won unanimously on points. Oh, it's a load of bollocks.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brown envelopes. Of course, it was in Dubai, isn't it? So they don't pay anyone to do anything, do they?
Are we just glazing over the fact that you shave your chest?
Every bloke shaves his chest.
Why don't you do your shoulders?
What?
There's no way
you've got
shave your...
nice lofty shoulders. I can see the corner of your shoulder, and there's like little grey hairs.
Yeah, I know. I must
grey hair.
They are
as well.
grey, to be fair, because they're matching your jumper.
Silver. When he gets like this, silver, not grey.
Like a silverback.
Yeah, I'll take that. Anyway, welcome to the podcast, if you're still listening to this rubbish. So what we're going to be doing today is...
Talking about silverbacks, I used to drink a pub in the Dewdrop in Broadheath. There was someone who worked there that was nicknamed the silverback because she had a hairy back.
She?
Yeah. She.
Why do you
So
keep on
we
saying...
nicknamed her the silverback.
How did you see her back so much?
Well, she sort of like...
Had revealing tops.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, she looked like a bit like a gorilla as well, to be fair to her.
Wow, and this is the festive version of the podcast. Wow. So we are going to be talking summary of the year. We're going to be talking, as it's a Christmas special, we're going to be talking the best and the worst things about Christmas, but there's no worst thing about Christmas because it's amazing. A review of the year, and then we'll also be talking about next year, 2025. Who's excited for 2025?
Not me.
Brilliant.
No.
Why not?
Well, we've got to get this year done first, haven't
You
we?
really are a miserable git.
I'm going to, January the 1st,
Yeah.
I'm going to make, the only time I'm going to make New Year's resolution.
Well, that is most people's time
So
to make
I
a
don't
New Year's
normally do
resolution.
it. I don't normally do it because I don't normally buy into all that
Is
shit.
it cheer up?
No. Well, yes. But I'm going to stop speaking to miserable people. If anyone's miserable, I don't want to know them anymore.
Well, no one's going to talk to you,
This
lad.
is it.
What if we all had the same resolution? No one would talk to you.
Well, I'm not miserable.
Well, they're talking to miserable people. Katie, how are you? Katie works behind the bar here, but it turns out in hospitality, you kind of need to like people. Katie, what do you think of people? She hates them all. Yeah, there you go. So, wow. So let's first of all have a quick summary of the year. The tap and run was built. Well done to Steve. Round of applause.
Yeah, I built the tap and run all by myself.
All by yourself.
Yeah, he put 4 blinds up.
We did really well. We're now in, the Mandarins won everything as they do. always do.
Mandarins, yeah, the ladies win everything.
The
Most successful team Motley's ever had.
The kiddies won loads.
I think the kiddies won everything as well.
And then the blokes. How did the blokes get on?
I think we've got 6 county players now in our
Really?
juniors.
Wow.
Sutty, we got 6 county players.
You have to think about that,
Yeah.
didn't you?
He did, yeah.
That's our junior development officer over there.
Yeah, he can't be bothered coming on the podcast, but hello, Dave. Seven.
Seven.
He forgot to carry the other finger.
7.
Now, if you or your kiddies want to come and play for Martley, martleycricket.co.uk, how else can they contact us, Steve?
Phone Sutty.
Just phone Sutty.
Yeah,
There you go, brilliant.
phone Sutty.
We'll send a carrier pigeon. Now,
It's not just Martley though for kids. It's like Worcestershire basically.
yeah. Right,
Because they all play for the county, don't they? So
amazing. We had some controversial moments this year, didn't we?
So if I
Did we?
Google, can I just go back? If I Google phone Sutty, his number will come up, will it?
yeah,
Phone Sutty, yeah.
Sutty's number is on the website.
Oh, there we are. We should have told
there
him
you
that
go.
then, shouldn't you? Because
We did.
It's besides sweeps.
Do you remember Sutty and Sweep?
no, like
You know,
With Sue.
I know who they
used to
are.
fancy Sue.
I know who they are,
What
but I've
about
never
Gordon the
seen them.
Gopher? Do you remember Gordon the Gopher?
No idea who that is.
He was the one that Philip Schofield used to operate.
Oh no.
Did you used to...
he was the one that used to have his hand up his.
Whoa. Oh, yeah, he was sacked this year, wasn't he, Philip Schofield,
Yeah.
for having his hand. So anyway,
Oh, well, it's fine now then.
any controversial moments this year for the club?
No controversial. No, none at all.
Not AB?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Not
that was a
really.
contro-
You
yeah,
not
can't really
controversial,
moan-
is
you can't
it?
really moan at him, can you? Because half a dozen others have done it.
that's true.
And he's going to have a bad back if he keeps carrying that team.
Now, we went to La Manga.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I was watching the Walking Dead the other day. Now, I know it's filmed in Atlanta. It's hot, sunny, and you see these half-dead people walking around a deserted landscape. And I thought, I had a cracking time in the manga. That was awesome. But it just reminds me of The Walking Dead. Anyway,
It was a bit quiet where we were, wasn't it?
let's talk about Christmas.
Christ, we've been through that first bit quite quick, haven't we?
Well, we realised there were many highlights.
We've learned from the review.
Yeah. I mean, lowlights. We can do the lowlights, but we'll be here till next Christmas.
I mean,
There is, to be
controversial.
honest, I think we should mention the fact that we won ECB Club of the Year. I mean, that's quite big
Nationally?
for our junior development, All Stars and Dynamos.
Yeah, we did.
So we won, Club of the Year, or I can't remember, Programme of the Year or something like that.
It's the detail that gets me.
Yeah,
But yeah, we did. That's great.
so it's quite big, that is.
Yeah.
It's that big. We know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got umpire of the year.
yeah. Oh, that's
Did
just.
you get umpire of the year?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, don't know. Yeah.
I think
Don't know if you heard
controversial.
about that, just
Not
like-
like I was here much of the year, but Stratty winning first team bowler of the year. I've seen Stratty bowl. There's no way he won first team bowler of the year.
Is he a good bowler?
Well, I think that was, we had to give an award to somebody, didn't we?
Well, that's
Yeah.
actually true. I suppose in my absence, you're in trouble,
Yeah,
aren't
this
you?
is it,
Really?
I suppose, yeah.
Just to explain, so Dan,
Thinks he can play cricket.
how would we explain Dan? I mean, how would you summarise Dan?
Bananaman on steroids, isn't he?
Yeah.
Good looking, charming, tall, dark, and handsome.
Now just reverse all of those things.
Charismatic.
Completely the opposite of all of those.
On drugs. I mean, obviously. How would you describe Tobey?
Oh.
Steve, how would you
Don't
describe
all
Tobey?
jump in at once.
I don't know. Don't put me under the spot. How would you describe yourself? Slightly strange.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, covered in tattoos with long
Look
hair.
at Katie.
Yeah.
Punching, looking at this wonderful specimen over here.
Punching.
I thought Osama bin Laden was still alive when I saw him. But
My beard's not that bad.
anyway, but he does pull a nice pint. So let's talk.
I have my uses.
Let's talk about Christmas. We're going to review Christmas. Okay,
Yeah.
This is the definitive guide, and we're going to go around the table, and you're going to have to say your best and worsts. Okay, so you've had the questions in advance. You've had a good think. So the world is waiting for enlightened answers.
I was thinking about this, though, in my pre-podcast week.
Yeah.
And I prefer
how was
hamburger and hot dog, where we're given options rather than... I don't like having to come up with the answers. I just want options. And yes, I am a regular listener. I do know what hamburger and hot dog is.
You're the first person who knows what hamburger. I mean,
Yeah.
Toby's
looking
looking at
forward-
us like, what are you talking
I
about?
was looking forward to playing that, but now I've got to actually come up with the answers rather than just...
You never know.
Have
You
an
might be
answer.
playing it. You might be playing it.
You might be, yeah.
Forward to it.
If I'd have written it, but yeah, definitely. Well, we'll have a think about some hamburger.
You could just do it ad lib, can't you?
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Toby, what's the best thing about Christmas?
Watching Die Hard.
I watched it this morning.
See, they
I
are,
watched
see?
I watched Die Hard this morning.
The old Nakatomi Towers.
What's the best phrase from Die Hard?
Watch Die Hard.
I've never seen it.
What?
I've never seen it.
You've never seen Die Hard?
Not none of them.
No. I don't really watch films.
Oh. Educate yourself.
Just live in the moment, don't I?
It's not about a tough bloke from
I'm
Wales.
too busy to watch films.
Have you heard about those Welsh films? Haverfordwest was one. Die Hard? No?
I'm gonna...
To Forrest Gump? Have you never seen that? Anyway. Oh, you look lost, mate. You look lost.
I am
Best
lost.
thing about Christmas, Gavin
That's why I
and
ended up
Stacey.
here. I'm lost.
Yeah, it's still recording. I was just checking.
Gavin and Stacey. That's the best thing about Christmas,
The
isn't it?
best thing about Christmas is Gavin and Stacey. Not looking
Well,
at...
hopefully we're going to get all the answers on Christmas Day at 9 o'clock.
Do you know my brother lived in the same street as Nessa and Bryn? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, it does. Hang
Do you
on.
know they're fictional characters, though, yeah?
I was
Yeah,
just
but it's
thinking
where they
that.
film it. Where they film it.
Oh, right.
Apparently, all of that street and the pub that they use had to sign disclaimers for this Christmas special
Oh, really?
because they've used some of the residents and the locals in the pub.
Oh, tidy.
Yeah.
Just on Die Hard, would you agree with me that the order is number 1 best, then number 3, then 2, then 4, then 5?
I probably would have only classed the first 3, but yeah, we'll go with that.
You've never seen Die Hard?
Anyway.
How'd you get through life never seeing Die Hard? That's amazing. I must have seen it like 100 times.
That's that one where people say it's not a Christmas film, isn't it? But
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
Can I just ask?
Yeah, it's set at Christmas, and
You've
he
got-
keeps on saying
you've got
Christmas
kiddies, right?
things.
Yeah.
How is your kids' faces on Christmas Day not the best thing about Christmas? You said Gavin and Stacey.
To be quite honest with you, Christmas morning's all a bit of a blur anyway.
Are you hungover?
Well, because I've
Just generally.
delivered 300 presents to the kids on Christmas Eve around the
That's
village.
true. Right, Dan is now Googling. What are you Googling? Die Hard.
Die Hard.
He's actually Googling Die Hard.
1988. No wonder I haven't seen it. I'd have been minus 10.
It's
Are you
on
not safe,
every
are you?
Christmas, mate.
Jesus. Dan, what's the best thing about Christmas?
Seeing your kids opening the presents, apparently.
Yeah. Seeing as though you haven't got kids, that's really scary.
Isn't it?
The food.
The food.
The food. You've got to enjoy.
And which bit of the food?
Are you a
Lots of
starter,
food.
Are you a
I just-
starter man or a main course?
He just
man or
likes
a pudding?
I'd rather a
turkey.
starter than a pudding. Or a
Really?
dessert, darling.
Okay.
I'd rather a starter than a dessert at
Yeah.
all points, but just quantities, really. It's acceptable to eat at all points, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Tell you what I like
yeah.
a lot, pate.
I like
like
pate,
it.
mate.
Oh,
I love.
course,
I
of
And
love.
it's not like I wouldn't eat it not at Christmas, but at
No,
Christmas
I
you just
love
have
a
it
good
flying around
pate.
more.
Smooth pate or
No,
coarse
coarse.
pate?
No, I like a smooth one.
Of course.
Good job we're not charging for this podcast, isn't
Yeah.
it? We're just listing food now.
Yeah.
This is brilliant. What's the worst thing about Christmas?
That's a good one, actually. I should
The worst thing about Christmas, having to speak to people you don't want to speak to.
Yeah, all that family that you don't
miserable
really want to
sod.
see. Well, that's exactly why. Because it's the worst bit of Christmas, so I just don't see them.
And what we'll do in the description of the
Better than seeing my family.
podcast, we'll put the address of the Samaritans. All right. So, Dan, what's the worst thing about Christmas?
The presents.
Giving or do you prefer to give or
I
receive?
just
Do you mean
can't be
presents or presents?
presents. As in, I can't be asked
Oh,
for them,
being in
right?
someone's presents.
Because I can't be asked, but just having to go out and buy presents for people. But also, like, I'd rather just not receive presents and then not have to worry about getting other people
do you
presents.
prefer to
I'd
give
rather
or
just
receive?
next year. Actually, I've said this. Next year, I'm not doing presents.
If you're cheerful and want to come on the podcast, get in touch with us.
But like that works both ways. I don't want to receive any presents. I'll just buy what I want, but then I don't have to worry.
miserable
I'm not. Yeah. What's yours then?
The worst thing about Christmas
Yeah.
is nothing. I think Christmas is amazing.
Yeah, well, that's just
I
a
think
lie, isn't it?
just-
Because
It's just another
that
excuse
is a
for
lie,
a
yeah.
Also-
load of lorry full of hair product for you, though, isn't
You
it?
can be cynical all your life about anything. You can reduce it. I just think Christmas is amazing. Don't you think?
if you're using a lot of hair products, what's your skincare like as well?
Oh, I'm onto Paula's Choice at the moment.
Are
It's a
you?
brand called Paula's Choice. It's quite good.
Are you face washing and moisturising, or just?
I find that the moisturisers are slightly
Should we go
oily,
back to the bar,
slightly
like?
shiny. Number 3.
No, because I'm a moisturiser man, but sometimes when it comes to face wash, it can't be asked. So therefore,
Are you
50-50.
Are you going for the SPF?
SPF 50 all the
absolutely.
time. I use that in the morning. Actually, I've got some night cream. I don't know what it does, but it says night cream. So before bed, you put that one on.
If I was you, I'd be just be careful what you're saying because everyone listens to this.
No, because I've been listening to Lee's podcast regularly, and I want to stick up for Craig on this.
Thank you, mate. Thank you, mate.
He's glowing. It might be the sun over here, but
Yeah.
in fact, can we?
It's
can
really
we,
warm.
Can we
It's
get
really
the
bad.
high-end backroom staff we got on this podcast to just shut that blind over there? 'Cause I can't see anything.
Katie's really busy doing her own thing here. And if she moves, she might bump into people, and she hates people. Buffet or roast?
Both.
It's a bit of a hamburger or hot dog kind of question.
Both.
At the same time?
Yes.
Brilliant. What do you reckon, Tobes?
I'm going to go buffet because I'm like a grazer. I just like to pick at things for the entire day and then not realise how much I've eaten until I can't move.
Dan?
What was the question? I was
Buffet or roast?
watching our high back staff. I don't know
Pardon?
what to say.
Our high back staff.
High quality back staff.
Right, that's
You
the
mean
one.
backstage crew?
Our backstage crew. Our sound technician, Katie Ganderton.
She's like a roadie.
Our roadie.
Can you imagine if we did an interview with Dan, how long the podcast would take?
Why?
What?
I've got a lot to say.
Do you prefer buffet or roast on Christmas Day?
Yeah.
No, I like the traditional
Roast.
sit down and
Roast,
have
the roast.
a Christmas dinner, but I'm a bit of a grazer as well.
How many items can you have on your plate? I've got 17-inch plates at home. Right?
Oh, 32
On Christmas
items
Day.
standard, isn't it?
Really?
Yeah.
How many
I have
things can
30
you get on your
sprouts.
plate? So, okay, so should we do an order, right? So you all agree with me with this, yeah? So obviously sprouts.
Yeah.
No.
What?
Oh, there's always one.
Parsnip.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Roast potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mash.
Yeah.
Peas.
Yeah.
Carrots.
Yeah.
Gravy.
Yeah.
Turkey.
Yeah.
Stuffing.
Yeah.
Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah.
And pigs in blankets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else?
So we have turkey,
What about
beef,
bread pudding? You know, that.
No.
turkey, beef, pork, and ham.
Wow. And do you cook any of it?
Yes, I cook all. Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I do the whole Christmas dinner.
To be fair, she did say he did some of it.
So no turkey.
Yeah.
You have a turkey.
No, we have a
They have. Did you not get
A
what
crown.
you said? He
We have a
has
crown.
a beef
We don't have a whole
inside a
turkey.
pig.
Oh no, so we have a
inside
whole turkey, and I hate it. It's so dry.
Yeah,
it's like the Sahara
I
Desert.
don't like whole turkeys. They just they do.
They're
do
just dry. Like
chicken.
you got to be getting the brown meat on it.
Yeah.
The white meat, just no. Parsnips.
No white meat.
That's
Parsnips
why we have a
don't
crown.
You
like.
cut it and you put it in foil straight away.
Sprouts not
It
a
stays
fan.
moist.
But the rest of it was all good.
Bucks fizz or a pint?
Anyone that drinks Bucks Fizz needs shooting, so it's just ridiculously horrible
You,
tack, isn't
you know
it?
everyone talks in American English now and drink because they want to be American. The amount of people now going, oh, I want a mimosa. It's like, that's what they call it in America. It's a Bucks Fizz in Britain. But you don't
I
drink
thought
Bucks
a
Fizz
mimosa
either.
was something completely different.
No.
Not gonna lie.
Same thing.
I drink it, but that's gone from Bucks.
Christmas morning, nice Bucks Fizz.
Yeah.
Can't beat it, can you?
No.
Wait, Dan?
We don't actually really drink on Christmas morning. We're a bit
Why not? What's the matter with you?
I don't know. We're just a bit weird like that, I suppose.
Steve actually doesn't go a whole morning, like during the year. So,
But like,
It's the only
I don't
day
like.
it's acceptable to open a can of beer at 9:30 when you're
Well, it's
cooking.
not, is it? Because if you're getting a train to any sports event at 9 a.m., then
different.
it's acceptable. So therefore, that's multiple days of the year.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
But no, like we just don't. I don't know why. We never have. But I'd be partial to either, really. I like a Bucks Fizz.
Okay.
I don't know if I could be asked to make myself a Bucks Fizz, but when there's one on the side and you just grab it, I'm welcoming.
But do you get bevved up on Christmas Day?
Not really.
I've
No,
never
see,
have.
that's the thing, we
You
don't.
can't,
That's what I'm
can
saying.
You just can't, can you?
No, not really.
Is it the one day that you can't get bevved up?
I don't think so.
sort
I think
of,
some people can, but
I think most do, but personally, Christmas Eve and Boxing Day.
to be fair, there's normally a lot of food and that as well, so it kind of helps sober you up
Boxing
a bit.
Day is a bigger day than Christmas Day for drinking.
To football and the races,
Do you want to know
Big
something
sport day, innit?
Yeah.
enlightened yet depressing? I used to work for Halford years ago, right?
So did I.
Did you? Yeah. And
What was your role?
I was head of investor relations at Halford's.
I was
I
not.
bet you. What were
That's
you?
another
I was in the
fake
bike
job,
hub.
isn't it?
That's what I was
is.
expecting more the answer to be than head of investing, whatever it was.
So the head of the website, he showed me, really nice guy, and he showed me a graph of traffic to the website on Christmas Day, and it was dead. 2:30, suddenly everyone's online. Everyone just does Christmas shopping after lunch.
What?
British population, they just go online. It's one of the busiest online shopping days of the year.
What, it's Christmas Day?
After Christmas lunch. So on Christmas Day, people are on their little phones shopping.
Because everyone thinks that their other half's going to get them what they want, and then when they don't, they go, sod it, I'm going to buy it myself now, just after they've opened
And
it
that's
up.
sad, isn't it? You're supposed to be with your family and you're all on your little twinkly little phones.
Yeah, but it's the family that you don't want to spend time with, isn't it? Because
That's
that's
true.
you're made to.
Sorry, you're talking about your wife and kids now?
No.
Okay.
More importantly, you were head of investor relations
Yeah, I don't
for the
have...
whole of Halford.
That's too much
Yeah.
for his head to
You're a big
comprehend.
dog, you are.
Pardon?
You're a big dog.
I don't even know what to say.
Can
to
you
that.
link your LinkedIn into the status so we, whatever it is, like the description, so we can all have us? Because I bet it's incredible.
But what's incredible?
Your LinkedIn.
Oh, okay. I wonder what he's talking about then. I'll do whatever you want, Dan.
Yes, please.
As long as you buy me a
All
pint. The best Christmas song ever.
Fairy Tale from New York, Pogues. End of story. Next question.
See, I know so many people who hate that song.
Why?
And I think it's an amazing song.
Why do people hate the song?
I don't know.
Don't you start on this woke brigade again and all
No,
these
no,
people out there
no,
moaning
it's-
because
it's-
there's one wrong word in it.
I think it's an amazing song. Tobes, best Christmas song ever.
Krista Burke, Spaceman Came Travelling.
What?
Yeah.
Just because it's
What is it?
a song, mate. That's the question. Best Christmas song.
Yeah, but like, is that a famous one?
Do you know who Krista Berg is?
No.
So, okay, so here's
What's it called?
Spaceman Came Travelling.
Oh, yeah.
He's the same bloke that the lady in red.
Do you want to know something about Krista Berg?
Go on.
You know he's got a face only a mother could love.
Yes.
He's got a face fit for radio. Great musician, but his daughter won Miss World.
Right, brilliant. Next question.
Was she wearing red?
I've never
I
heard.
don't know.
I've never heard that song.
You've never heard... Oh, my God. Best Christmas song. Hark the Herald Angels Sing.
No.
You've got to do a carol.
I went to
Why?
a carol concert the other day, and
Did you?
it was
Was it good?
it was tough.
Oh, was it?
It was a bit serious. It was all a bit slow. I need a bit of pace. So it was
okay.
like,
We had one here the other day. You should have heard Lardy sing.
Harold, and I
Yeah.
just couldn't get in tune with it.
Clearly.
Still can't get
superb.
you.
It was tough.
What is your favourite Christmas song?
Well, this year I've got quite into Sia
Have you?
album, and there's one called "Puppies Are Forever," and my God, is it a song?
What
Is that your theme song when you
goes
round
on
the
in
playground?
London in your head?
Puppies aren't for Christmas. Puppies are forever.
Oh, this year's Christmas
And it's
song's
so
good.
good.
Freezing this Christmas. But everyone should support that.
No politics.
That's
We're
no
not
politics.
doing-
I'm just
we're not
saying.
doing politics.
And it's quite funny.
If you think I'm making up about this "Puppies Are Forever," I put it in in one of my work's chats when I left for Christmas, saying I want everyone to know the words by the end of this. So that's what I did.
Wow.
For all those who are interested, Bournemouth have just gone 2-up at Manchester
Have
United.
they?
2-up.
3-up.
3-up. Sorry, 3-up.
No,
They've
3-up.
just scored again.
You need your glasses, Clint.
Here it is.
You need to put it on the mic.
That worked.
That's the best Christmas song of all time.
We didn't say just this year. It was of all time.
Yeah, but this, like, at the moment, it's my favourite one, so therefore...
Just to confirm, his full name is Daniel Johnson. And if you want to Google him, please don't. Right. The best thing to watch at Christmas. Oh, Gavin and Stacey, is it? Steve?
Yeah.
Right. Anything
Only
else?
Fools and Horses.
Yeah.
You've got to watch things that make you laugh, and it's like easy watching, isn't it? You
Did
can't go and like
Only Fools
watch
and Horses.
rubbish.
They nearly cancelled Only Fools and Horses.
They did after the second episode.
Really?
Yep, because it had no viewers.
James, best thing to watch at Christmas.
Did you know it's filmed in Bristol?
Die Hard.
Huh?
Did you know that David Jason lives just down the road from where I'm from?
Does he?
Yeah, he used to fly his helicopter around there.
Huh? Why haven't you brought him here?
I don't know him personally, I just used to see him flying about. Although occasionally saw him in Pudgeons.
Oh, right. Should have brought him down here.
Wow.
Then.
Wow, that is
It's a bit of a drive though, isn't it, really?
Oh, yeah. I suppose it is.
You know every podcast has its high points.
Yeah. And low points.
So,
Dan is our high point. Who's currently mesmerised by
Football.
Dan,
right.
best thing to watch at Christmas.
I do enjoy the Harry Potters. Like, do you always get them on a Saturday? I don't know if it's been on this year. I haven't really watched them this year, but like, used to be every Saturday before Christmas, you'd have a Harry Potter on.
How old are you? Just so the listeners know.
So, hang on. So he's into kids' films and he's singing "Do You Want to See My Puppies?"
Yeah.
Yeah, and he
Wow.
thinks the best thing about Christmas is a kid's face.
No, he
did I
hasn't-
say
he
about
hasn't
Not
got a
painting
kid.
a
doesn't
great
have.
picture here, are you, Dan?
Yeah.
I'm a slow developer mentally.
You'd love to be Father Christmas, wouldn't you?
I'm also a qualified accountant.
He owns a calculator.
Yeah, qualified in what, though?
See, I'm going to say, right, so Blackadder's Christmas Carol, Die Hard, Wizard of Oz, any James Bond film, and used to be the Generation Game Christmas Special. Oh, don't you think? You could just sit there all day watching that.
No.
Tobes is looking at me
Bullseye.
like...
I used to
what?
like watching Bullseye.
Oh, it's back.
It's back, yeah.
Is it on tonight, or is it...
I don't know. I need to...
Freddie Flintoff, and he's doing it.
What if you're a podcast listener listening to this tomorrow? It was yesterday.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on at Christmas at some point.
Bullseye. That's
Yeah. In one. You know.
no, I've
You'd
never
get your
seen
bus
that.
fare home.
A bloke from Warsaw could have won a speedboat. You know.
No,
It
I've
was
heard
darts.
of it, but I've never seen it.
Darts,
It's
mate.
darts. I know it's
Yeah.
darts, but I don't know.
Either you're 3 years old. I shouldn't say 3 years old. Well,
No.
Dan. But either you're 3 years old or you really led a sheltered life.
I've lived a very sheltered life. I just don't really watch films or anything, really. I just,
Well, you're going to love the question later on about best film of the year.
well, no, we're in trouble. I've already told you that. But why Harry Potter? I thought that would have been an acceptable answer myself. But like, it's a
It's a
classic.
kids' film, though, isn't
It's a
it?
classic.
Yeah, kids'
You
film.
never get me.
How is that a classic?
Dark, and it's like...
Mind you, judging by your best Christmas song, that is a classic.
I also like Christmas at the Holiday. That's a good film. Enjoy watching that. Love Actually. I haven't watched that this year yet, but you got to watch
Do you
that
want a
before it
swift
comes up.
kick in the
What? I
collection
thought
of
these would have
dangling
been
objects?
Can we just turn his mic
fans
off?
for you.
Did you just say Love Actually
Love
in the
Actually.
holiday?
The Holiday's a great film.
I've never seen
Sleepless in
Holiday.
Seattle? What about
Boy, you Die Hard and all that. Never seen Holiday.
that? Right. Last Christmas question, because we're already about 3 hours into the podcast. Best present you've ever had? Tobes.
Oh, I tell you what, it was Mr. Frosty, but I wasn't at the age where I should have appreciated it. I was a lot older, and when I was a kid, I always wanted a Mr. Frosty, never got one, and then when I got to about 25, I finally got one and thought it was the greatest thing for
What is a
all
Mr.
of
Frosty?
10 minutes.
Slushy maker thing,
Yeah,
innit?
you make you put
Pushes
like
ice cubes up into
Oh,
the
like a
slush.
slush
and you
puppy
put
then.
and then you put the syrups in. Yeah, I always wanted one of them. Never got one, and then got one when I was like 25. It was the greatest thing ever until like Boxing Day, and then I gave up with it
Well,
just because it was too hard to crank the handle. I was very lazy.
Steve.
What?
Best present you've ever had?
He only gets socks and pants. I know
Yeah.
that.
That's all I ever asked for is socks and pants.
Listen to a previous podcast. It was mentioned.
You are a miserable bugger.
No, I'm not. I'm not one
No,
for...
it's because he buys everything he wants. Like the other day, he got a hot tub delivered.
So I
To
can't
be
get
quite
that
honest,
image out of my mind
in
now.
our house, you don't wait for Christmas to have it. It's like if you need something or want something, you just sort it out throughout the year.
Like a hot tub.
That's what we do. So it's like
So once you open your pants
not
and
that kind
socks,
of money.
once you've opened your pants and socks, then you're just straight on the Bucks Fizz.
And in the hot tub.
Yeah,
In the hot tub.
so the wife wants a new pair of Doc Martens for
What?
Christmas.
You'll have
So-
to go out walking with her to break them in.
Oh no, see, I'm not going to go and buy a Doc Martens because I'll get the wrong size or the wrong type. So she can go and get them in the sales, and I'll just yeah.
So have you
And they say
actually got
romance
her
isn't
anything
dead.
for Christmas?
Hey?
Have you actually got her anything?
No,
Yeah,
No.
what have you bought your wife?
nothing.
Do you remember when Carl Pilkington, Ricky Gervais's mate, he bought his missus a new kitchen floor for Christmas?
See, that's practical.
I'll give him
that's
that.
what
That
you
is
benefit.
practical.
He benefits from that.
Well, does he though?
And one year he bought her a pack of condoms because he said they'd both benefit from it, which I thought was really funny.
Yeah, fair.
Anyway, right, we are done with Christmas. That's Christmas done.
Christmas is done.
We're going to have a review of the year. Dan, are you still watching the football? He's still watching the football. Did we ask you what best present? We didn't. Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
I was actually wondering why you were so surprised about Steve's socks and pants answer, because we knew that. It's been said on a previous podcast, so unless you're listening to your own
my God,
Hayley said it.
You listen to the podcast.
Hey, I just want to reiterate that I'm about the only listener of this podcast.
I do the podcast. I don't listen to this rubbish. Anyway, so the best
I'll
present.
stop listening then.
The best present you've ever heard, Dan.
I'm hoping
Bearing
to
in
skip
mind,
over me.
there's lots of people very dear to your heart right now not listening, so you can say anything.
I remember, me and Mark once as a joint got a pool table. That was a great present. That was when we were about 11. That was a big one.
Was it a full-size pool table?
Yeah, now it's behind the wardrobe. It's still there.
And you didn't think of donating it to here, maybe?
Well, I was told actually that a pool table had been sorted.
About Mr. Lascelles who sorted it.
I'm not really sure where it is, but
We're waiting on delivery.
Sorry, can I just ask you, where are we on the controversial, are we getting the pool table for the tap and bun or not?
That is one of the most controversial moments of Mark DCC.
Can we talk about it on the podcast?
Well, no politics here.
Oh, is it? Okay. Should we discuss it in 2025?
50-50.
Okay. What,
Let's
50p
talk about that one in January.
We'll talk about that in January. Okay. Best present I ever had. By the way, there's two. My current little doggy, Misty.
Hair product?
Was it a pulsar?
Shut your face. And a second
Electric
one.
Cars. I've been telling you about electric cars.
up.
It's not going to work. Guess what happened? What's happened, Craig? Electric cars.
Marvellous. And then the second thing, snooker table. I asked for a snooker table when I was 12. Went downstairs, and my brother was opening all his prezzies, and I had matchmakers and Terry's chocolate orange, all that kind of stuff.
What
And there was no
fantastic
pool
chocolate that
table,
is.
so I was really upset. Started crying. Went back upstairs. On the landing, it was pitch black, and tripped over a 6-foot snooker table. It's like, and I played non-stop.
So it was
for about
a
year.
full-size snooker table.
So 6 foot.
And you didn't see it?
Well, it was pitch black on the landing.
How big's your landing?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
That's more the point.
But it was brilliant. It was amazing. Anyway, review of the year. Are we all right to move on? Are we all right?
Yeah.
Right.
Let's get on with it.
So
I'm just gutted that hair product wasn't top of your list for Christmas presents.
have you got me hair product for Christmas?
I haven't bought you anything for
It
Christmas.
doesn't move. That wouldn't move. No, it doesn't move. You're right.
Stop touching
Mad,
my hair.
isn't it?
Stop touching my hair.
Maybe get some
So
dye
this-
with the product
so-
next time.
So this is cricket related or not cricket related. It's anyone in the world, okay? So, person of the year. Now, bear in mind, Time magazine had Hitler and Donald Trump
Yeah.
on the front because they said it's not whether they're good or bad, it's the most impactful, influential, whatever. So, Tobey.
Oh, no.
Person of the year.
I want to know who influenced him the most this year first.
So, for our listeners, Toby's pointing at Dan. Dan.
Harriet Warren, my dear girlfriend.
She's not listening. You can say anything. You can say
She
anything.
is. She's a regular listener of this
Really?
show. No.
Why do you say Harry?
It's the only person that'll put up with him.
Well, she's had the most influence on me. She tells me what to do the most. Like, shut up half the time. I've been told I'm very loud by her.
Just by
Where?
her.
Well, I get told
I was
by a
gonna
lot,
say.
but especially by her.
I mean, where were you loud?
This is a...
Very squeaky, apparently.
Yeah, no comment.
Yeah.
I won't speak about a lawyer.
Why is Craig now purple?
I'm always purple. That's my complexion. What about you, Steve?
Person of the year?
Yeah.
I mean, to be quite honest, it's probably me, innit, I suppose.
You can't vote for yourself.
Why not?
You
no,
have,
one,
no, you,
no one else is going to vote for
also,
me.
you said who influences you the most, and you've influenced yourself the most.
Yeah.
So therefore, yeah, no, I'm with that.
I help myself in the morning, get up. Out of bed, that is.
What? All right.
Okay. Tobes?
I'm
Keir
gonna-
Starmer, can we mention him?
No politics.
Okay, no politics.
What sort of answer are you
Sarah,
expecting to this question?
An
Who's yours?
An enlightened answer.
Who's yours?
I would probably have, in terms of inspiration and impact and stuff that they've done, and this is going to be
We're only now
controversial.
4 hours into this podcast, but keep going.
Shut your face. I would say someone like Bradders, because of
What's
just the amount
controversial
of,
about that?
just the amount of work, and Mandy and Fiona and all the, but the amount of work Bradders puts into this place is just inspirational. I think. Did I say the wrong thing?
Well, I think the question was person. You named about 8 people there.
I was going to say you did literally. You named everyone
That's
apart
like me-
from Lardy and me who have been doing stuff. Oh, and Katie who have been doing stuff to this place.
Okay, person of the year for you.
Oh, we're just glazing over it. I'm going to go with Lardy then.
Lardy,
Yeah,
Clark.
yeah, good old Clarky here for doing such a good job at putting the blinds up.
Why we?
I learned a lot from him
Why are we calling him Clark?
because he looks like Clark Kent.
He's
I
got
have
some
to
new
think about
glasses.
saying that properly.
The new podcast has dropped. The new trailer for the Superman film has dropped.
Yeah.
And Steve is on it. Look,
He
and
is.
he's actually got. We need a photo for the.
You look
if
like
we had a
Clark
website.
Kent.
He does. You've got a
Are
big.
you now going to Google Clark Kent?
He's Superman, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, I know
Jesus.
that bit, but I just need to reiterate how we're calling Steve Superman.
It would be a bit unfortunate if he came to save you from something, wouldn't it?
That is the...
Steve, what's the most disappointing thing this year?
The most
Did
disappointing
we have
thing
your
this year.
Oh, we had Harriet. Yeah.
There's lots of disappointing things.
Mine was
but we're
when you
not allowed
made
to
me
talk about them.
take your picture down off the bar. That was very disappointing for me. I like that up there.
Yeah, I'm not sure we can really put it on the bar.
No, it's back there. You just haven't seen it yet.
Well, where have we put it?
It's hiding.
As long as no one can see it, it doesn't matter.
Oh no, you can see it. Look at the tilt.
Let's go on there. That's okay. That's
Follow
okay.
the tilt. So every time I serve someone and I have to use the till, I get to see you just laying there in all your glory in your pants.
I thought you were going to say something like the Tyson Fury fight last night.
Well, to be honest, that was
Pretty disappointing.
pathetic, really, wasn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's me and boxing finished.
Okay.
That was disgraceful. What the outcome of that fight?
James, did you have a disappointment?
Disappointment.
I just said, he made me take the picture of him down off
you
the
did?
bar. Yeah, I was very upset
And
by this.
And you're sticking with that answer.
Well, yeah, I'm going to
Okay.
stick with that.
Mr. DJ.
My most disappointing moment of the year. Right. I played one game of cricket for Martley this year.
Yeah.
Neverton. At home. Boiling hot. Steve and a few fellow Martley CC members are on the sideline.
Legends, I think you'll
Legends.
find. Legends.
Legends were on the sideline. And it's boiling hot.
We're
I
supping a
bowled
couple of
about
beers
14
in the-
overs, and we had them about 100 for 6. We had them in
Something like
a
that,
bit
yeah.
of trouble. and we thought, we get through them. And anyway, they bought out Virat Kohli of Neverton, and I genuinely believe if we were still playing now, he'd still be batting
Yeah,
4
he'd still be
months later.
batting.
He was that
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
And
It's
we just
probably-
couldn't.
yeah.
We got him to about 150 for 8. We needed 2 wickets. Couldn't get this guy off strike. And then next thing you know, we get to the tail ender on strike. Catch spoons up. Toby Jones drops the biggest dolly I've ever seen in my life. Pete actually told me off at the time for shouting at him because it wasn't helpful. But that would be my most disappointing moment because we then had to stand in the field for another 20 overs, watching this guy hit 197, not out
Yeah.
if they hit 300 odd on a boiling hot day.
He's really
It's
thought about
probably
this, isn't he?
that was probably one of the best innings I've seen down here for a long time.
I'm traumatised by that day because I bowled 14 overs in the heat and I just couldn't walk the next
It was
day.
a warm day, wasn't it?
It was a very warm day. We had Mark who could barely bowl at the time.
Yeah, I think me and Dill had several more beers than we normally did because of the heat, because
Yeah,
of the
like-
evaporation.
And that was what made it worse.
Dehydrated,
That was
yeah.
what made it worse. They were all on the sideline. So yeah, when Toby dropped that, disappointing.
Well, mine was going to be slightly different.
Was it getting a
Vidal
pulse
Sassoon's
star?
gone bust or something? No?
It'd be when you started at Polestar,
Getting
wouldn't
a
it?
pulse star, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Oh, yeah, that was quite disappointing. But
You've actually realised how electric cars are not the future, haven't you? That's what.
we're not talking about that.
Why?
But no,
I'm going to talk about it.
No, but there was, I will get to the answer in a second. But there was about 10 years ago, I was in a pub in London with a load of mates, and one of my mates said, "Oh, there's so and so over there. Look, there's so and so." She was like really, really into him, and she was like, couldn't believe it was him. And I was like, "Who's that?" Didn't have a clue who it was. So she said, "Oh, it's so and so." So I called it by Smithfield Market. So I called him over. I said, "Oh, my mate, right, really fancies you." And he was off the telly. I didn't have a Scooby who he was, right? Ended up having a few beers with him. And it was Greg Wallace. And he was nice as pie on the day.
You want to be
so
careful
I thought,
with him.
I didn't have a clue who he was because I don't watch Masters.
And then you don't remember the rest of the night, yeah?
And I don't remember the rest of the night. I don't remember no Hypnol involved. But honestly, when I saw that story, I thought, I had a few beers with him, and he turned out to be a ratbag.
Can we
So
confirm
last
to the
week,
listeners, I actually
was
do
in
know who
Germany.
Greg Wallace is.
I was in Germany last week watching the football.
Yeah, was Greg Wallace there?
No, Greg wasn't there. But
Not as far as
I
we
did
remember.
have a couple of beers with somebody who I find very funny, and I was quite shocked. So I was drinking in a bar with Citizen Khan.
No, were you?
I did.
Were you
Ray.
really?
Yeah. He's really quite funny as well.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Well,
You're actually quite made up by that. You
I am,
were
'cause
grinning from
I
ear
am,
to ear.
I am. We had some pictures done, and he's so funny. He's one of Ian Taylor's friends. So Ian Taylor's ambassador for the football club I support, and so he's a big Villa fan as well. Adil Ray is, so he was out there with them.
Dan's
Do you know who he is?
Who? I remember
Ray.
Citizen Khan.
Citizen
I've
Khan.
seen that before, I believe.
Yeah, it's very funny. And interestingly,
yeah.
a friend of mine who's got a season ticket in front of me, if the camera was the opposite way around, where Citizen on the road that he lives on, his factory's at the other end, so he'd have had free advertising, but the camera was in the wrong, so he didn't get free advertising. Anyway,
bear in mind we've got German listeners.
Oh, yeah.
Steve, you were in
Yeah.
Leipzig the other day.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
What do you think of Germany?
what a fucked up place.
Brilliant.
It's just mad, isn't it?
I'm now going to edit this, but thanks very much.
Why is it mad?
It's just, well, we
I've
went to
never
Berlin.
been
Is that,
to
is that,
enlighten
general, is
me.
that a
Leipzig.
generalisation?
I just think it's it's just, we went to Berlin on the way back because we had nothing to do for a few hours. So, Checkpoint Charlie, and all that sort of stuff. And when you start reading all the bits and pieces that went on there, and what it was like, not so long ago, let's be honest, it's just a bit mad.
Yeah, but look,
It's
okay.
just a bit mad,
No
isn't
one's
it?
going to deny it wasn't mad 70 years ago, 80 years
Would you
ago.
want
But
to put a
What are
wall
you
up?
on about 70? The Berlin Wall came down in 1989.
I was
Yeah.
on about the wall. I thought Checkpoint
No.
Charlie was something in World War II myself.
Checkpoint Charlie was
I've heard of it, but I thought it was a World War II thing.
was where the Yanks had so much of it, and then all that.
Yeah, I know what the
malarkey,
Berlin
and
Wall was. I just okay.
It's
Can we
just a
can we
bit
edit that bit
mad.
out, please?
How
That
was
quite
the
dumb.
Enlightenment for you, Dan? Was it all right? I mean,
I
has he
didn't
been
also-
out of the house or something?
We went to see the Brandenburg Gate, as
Right.
you do, and
Yeah.
a walk around there. That's quite impressive.
Yeah.
And as we were walking down, or whatever they call it, the bit behind it, and down
The
into
Wilhelmstrasse?
that's the one.
Yeah.
And there's a big hotel on the right hand side, the Grand or so. I want to say the Grand or whatever it is, but it's something like that.
Yeah.
They covered it in orange paint. A load of protesters were there because they were having like an
Just Stop
eco
Oil.
conference or something.
Oh, really?
So they just all rocked up and threw orange paint over it. So that was quite funny.
So there you go, listeners. Germany, a bit mad.
But no, besides the little silly bit I just said that we're going to edit out very
Yeah.
kindly by Craig,
Yeah.
when did the Berlin Wall come down? Like
89.
89, yeah, okay.
It's like
so
an echo
is
around
it
here.
still mad now, or is it just mad the fact that it was like that
Well,
only
it's
25 years
If
ago?
you look at it,
35 years
why
ago.
would you put a wall straight through the
Accountant.
capital?
Well,
Because
No, I
someone
get
didn't
that,
like
but
somebody
yeah, no,
else.
so,
Well, it was ordered by Stalin.
What,
Yeah,
what,
it's
what's
just all a
Trump
bit
doing?
like. Nothing wrong with Donald Trump.
but no
He
one's
wants to
denying.
put a wall up.
No one's denying it wasn't mad 35 years ago, but is it still mad now, or is it just mad the thought of what it was like 35 years ago? That's what I'm asking.
I think we should have this as a podcast extra. Should we get back to talking about the year in review?
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Tobes, film of the year.
Film of the year. Well, what have I watched that was good? Oh yeah, I watched the new Venom the other day. I quite like that.
Really? Venom 3.
Well, it wasn't what I expected it to be.
Okay.
But it was all right to watch.
My son cried at Venom because we went to the Odeon in Worcester when he was 12 and he got kicked out because he was only 12 and he was 15.
I thought 12 you could go with an adult anyway.
No, it's a 12A.
12A, that is.
Oh, there's two separate
yeah,
things.
it's two
Oh,
categories on 12s.
So
That's ridiculous.
next on University Challenge we have Steve. Steve,
Yes.
film of the year.
I don't watch films.
Brilliant.
All right, well, if that's
Dan.
the case, I'm going to go with Deadpool and Wolverine because that was comedy.
That was terrible.
It was comedy.
Deadpool and Wolverine. Oh,
Pirates
all
of
this
the Caribbean.
multiverse.
There's two, the whole MMU's mental, but still, it was funny.
Do you think?
Bits of it.
I love the first two. First two Deadpools. Fantastic. Dan, are you still Googling? He's Googling what Deadpool is.
No, I was looking at. Oh no, I was looking at the football scores.
Right.
Bournemouth 3, United 0,
Oh, really?
0-0 Everton Chelsea, 0-0 Southampton Fulham, and then the other game Wolves are 3-0 up.
It's like
Whoever
listening
left
to the
there.
video
Leicester.
printer, isn't it?
Leicester. There we are.
Leicester.
Right,
If I said video printer to you, would you know what I'm on about?
no,
Spurs
What
on
about,
later.
what about
Spurs are
Teletext?
playing Liverpool later.
Do you remember that?
Teletext, yeah, no, Teletext.
CFAX?
Yeah. Aren't CFAX and Teletext the same thing, or am I being? I know CFAX, I don't know Teletext. I think.
Well, Teletext was CFAX, and then the ITV version of that, which was called.
Oh,
What was the ITV version of CFAX?
ITN.
Oracle. Do you remember?
No.
I know.
it?
There you
no,
go.
I remember CFAX because you'd have to like type in the number for like the sports. Was like, is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like 315 used to be the cricket scores. I actually remember typing it in. There you are. I do know CFAT.
So I was reading an article online. That's why I used to be a massive film buff, huge film buff, and I've hardly watched any films this year because there's hardly any good films out. And I was reading this article, and they had top 20 films of the year, and I hadn't heard of one of them.
I rest my
hadn't heard
case.
of one of them.
Tell you what I did see.
Yeah.
The old Back to the Future musical. I know you've seen it as well. I
was
thought
good.
that was quality.
That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have one of their little DeLorean mojito thingies or whatever it was?
No, did you have one of those?
Yeah, and it changed colour when they put the final thing in.
No.
Yeah, it went from blue to purple. I was like, that's snazzy that.
Should we have that? Quite a quick question. Best musical you've been to?
I'm going January the 3rd to see my next one.
What are you seeing?
Going to see Only Fools and Horses in London on January the 3rd. One with Vinnie Jones in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Weirdly, my mate's in that.
Is he?
Yeah, and the other day, he on his Instagram, he had a picture of him and Vinnie Jones doing accents together,
Yeah.
a London accent. And I was like, what is he playing at now?
Vinnie's doing to the end of January as a guest in it, isn't he? So
Yeah, he's still on it. So.
I have
Yeah.
seen.
That's on Shaftesbury Avenue, isn't it?
yes.
Yeah, I know.
I've seen on Mulholland Drive in Beverly Hills, Vinnie Jones's house on a little tour.
Have
bus.
you?
Yeah.
Doesn't he
Nice
live in the
house.
countryside now?
I think he's
He's got a farm, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Got a farm with a load
Yeah.
of lakes.
He's probably got a few hours.
Yeah, 'cause he's brought a documentary out a bit like
Yeah, yeah.
Clarkson in a way of
Yeah.
life in the country.
Dan, film of the year.
Film,
You live in London. You're
No.
one of these like metropolitan elites now.
film of the year.
You must know film.
No, I don't. We've established in this podcast I don't know films.
Unless it's Harry Potter, he's not interested.
Yeah.
No, I actually don't really watch.
Daddy take
I don't
care.
really watch TV or films. Read a lot of books these days. Yeah,
School
that's who I am. But anyway,
You can't read.
okay, I like reading.
Oh.
I find it quite peaceful.
Audiobooks.
No, I sit there
Never.
and read. I like reading a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read quite a lot actually.
That
There are
surprises
lots of
me.
pictures. It's
That's
easy
surprising.
to comic
I was
book,
going to
man.
say it's a picture book, isn't it?
No, I just finished.
It's a pop-up book. Here come the puppies.
film of the year. And this isn't going to help my image I painted today. I've only actually watched one new film this year. And I know it come out this year, and it wasn't in the cinema. I haven't been to the cinema all year, but I watched it, and that was Kung Fu Panda 4.
I didn't expect that.
That's
To be
the
fair,
only.
I was
but,
trying to think what it could be, but
there's
I
a
wouldn't say
lot.
that.
There's a lot of films that I don't watch a lot of films, but I want to watch that War of the Planet of the Apes, whatever. I like the first one. I didn't really like the next two, but I'd like to see it because I've seen them all. The Deadpool one I've heard good things about, and Paddington Peru I'd quite like to go and see as
The
well.
wife and the kids went to see
But
that the other day.
I never got time to see them when they're in cinema, and then but they're all
Next,
on.
it'll be Sonic. He's going to have Sonic Freeze out soon.
I've never seen Sonic.
Oh, I'm missing out, mate.
Do you watch any films that require an IQ more than 80?
Well, no, because I work hard all day, so I
just
just relax in
established
the
he
evening.
reads pop-up
But
books.
musicals. I actually I went to go and watch The Greatest Showman
That's a good
musical or
film.
whatever
That's a
it
good
is.
film, yeah.
In a great film in London the other day, and it was. I didn't really know
What's
what
the
to
musical
expect.
like?
Well, I didn't know what to expect, and it's a circus. It's basically a circus.
Yeah, yeah.
Unbelievable. I watched a man do a handstand on a tightrope, and I was just mind blown by it. Like
Yeah,
it was
when we go on cricket tour, things like that happen.
no, it was incredible, is what it
Steve,
was. Some of the things I saw.
We have to have a Dan Johnson special podcast.
I like.
No, not episode, series.
Series.
I like to
Spin-off.
consider myself quite in shape, but my God, they were some athletes in that.
I'll tell you
They
what
were
I did see that
unbelievable.
was good. The Beekeeper.
Very-
you seen that?
I've not seen The Beekeeper.
well,
Oh, that's
I'll go
worth
see
a
that.
watch. That's quite good fun.
We get some.
I saw.
My wife with her job, she tends to get invitations to musicals.
I know from listening to previous podcasts
Yes.
about that. It's been mentioned.
I saw The Zone of Interest, the Jonathan Glazer film about Rudolf Höss. Him and his family live next door to Auschwitz.
No clue what you're
So
talking
that-
about.
I went to Auschwitz on the one day it was shut. Went there for my
One
birthday.
more time. How do you say it again?
Auschwitz. Auschwitz. I don't know.
Brilliant.
Right, that's the one. Went there on the one day it was shut. Went across for my 30th birthday. Everything was shut. Couldn't believe it because we went on Memorial weekend, not knowing that it would all be shut. Makes sense when you think about it, but at the time it didn't.
Steve,
Yes.
album of the year.
Album of the year.
Yes.
As in music.
Yeah, we're not going to get through all these questions.
Not a clue. I don't listen to music.
Yeah,
do I?
can we skip this one? Because does anyone listen to modern music?
I don't think
says
anyone
you,
does
Mr.
anymore.
Christmas song, I Love Puppies.
Yeah, but that was out a few
I don't
years
think
ago.
I don't think
Sears.
anyone
No,
does anymore,
come on,
do
let's-
they?
Can I say the Shire's acoustic album was
Right,
fantastic?
Right, let's skip that
Yeah,
one.
to
Come
be
on.
fair,
now.
I'll give you that.
Go and get the Shire's acoustic album. Right.
Taylor Swift was my number one on Spotify rap this year.
Taylor Swift.
Number 2, Elton John. There you are. Anyway, next. Continue.
There's a theme with Dan, isn't there? You think there's definitely a theme going on.
Very confident.
Word of the year. What's the word you've used most this year?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on the radio.
Yeah, but go on, James. What's your word of the year?
It begins with the C.
Well, okay, well, Steve, what's your word of the year?
It starts with an O.
Onomatopoeia.
How do you
Is
know
it
that
OJ?
word?
I don't know what it means.
Oh. Dan, your word of the year.
Slay.
Are you
my
Slay?
God.
Oh, I love a sleigh.
Literally
That is
are
sleigh. But
12.
also, it's SLAY until it's December right now, and now it's sleigh with SLEIGH.
Do you know how much Father Christmas paid for his sleigh? Nothing, because it was on the house. So. Oh, come on, that's it.
Hey,
No?
yeah.
I'll take that.
My lad is 6 now, and he's now every other word is bro.
Oh, you want to give him a talking to?
Every other word is bro. All right, bro. How you doing, bro?
Right, I've got
Or
loads of...
OG.
At least he's talking.
OG.
At least he's talking now. Whenever I've spoken to him, he just
He
ignores
doesn't
me.
talk to you for certain reasons, as we've mentioned previously in this podcast.
Anyway,
Steve-
Slay, let's go with it.
Steve, your son is brilliant, love him to bits, but
But go on then.
if he hasn't heard you properly, he says, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's what
drives
you're
me nuts.
supposed to say.
Pardon.
No, what?
Mind you, in Germany they say was.
Who?
Formally, you're supposed to say wie bitte, but you say was, which means what?
Oh, okay.
There you go. I'll tell you what, I should charge for this.
Anyway, next question.
That's what she said. Steve, political moments of the year.
Oh, where do we start?
Right, you can have one.
No, there's 2, isn't there? Well, no,
Right.
not. The ones are just a massive and complete, utter disaster.
Yeah,
Let's be fair.
yeah. Clark Farage. Yeah.
No.
What?
Well, that's what's happening in our own country.
What's political moment of the year?
Trump getting back in.
Right.
Because
Babes,
the world,
political-
Yeah, I was gonna go with that.
the world will now become a better place. He won't put up with any
You're
messing.
actually saying that with a straight face.
He won't put up with any messing, will he? He didn't the last time.
Well,
when he was in.
neither did Stalin.
No, but he won't put up with messing.
Right, we're not having a political argument here. Tobes, political moment of the year.
I'm going to go same as Steve on this, but for different reasons.
Dan.
I'm going to go different, and I don't really care about it, but I know it's a big political moment. That Assad getting taken out of Syria
I
at
would
the
go
moment,
with that.
that's the big one.
I would go with that.
See, I've read my dues.
You have? You know where Syria is?
Middle East.
Brilliant.
What else do you want me to... just north of Israel. Israel, Syria, Iran.
Yeah,
I was right.
This is audio. Oh,
Yeah,
listeners
but,
can't
yeah,
see
but
what you're doing.
you know I'm right.
Yeah,
For what I
Dan's
said.
kind of moving his hands around like the room here. I would go Rishi Sunak leaving the D-Day commemorations early to go and record an interview with ITV. Like disrespecting. I just think he's so messed up.
You've got far too much time on your hands.
And
haven't
this
you?
is just after he stood in the rain to say there's going to be an election. I mean, how do you get things so badly wrong as a politician?
Ask Keir Starmer.
Can you actually
'cause
remember
currently,
Sunak being
Keir
Prime Minister?
Starmer-
I can't even remember him being Prime Minister. It's amazing. Anyway,
And you prefer Keir Starmer?
best phenomenon of the year.
Oh, the Northern Lights. We see them.
Northern Lights. That's a good answer.
Was.
That's a
Hang
good
on a
answer.
minute.
a lot of
You
pictures
prefer
of
Keir
that.
Starmer?
We're not doing politics on
No
this.
politics.
Northern Lights.
Yeah, that was good. I like the fact that you could see them. That was fun.
Visible for 10 consecutive days or something, wasn't
I
it, in the
didn't,
UK?
I didn't see them.
I took
Light
a
pollution.
fair amount of pictures on my phone,
Yeah,
to be fair. It was
visible
quite
visible
good.
for 10, first time, I think, ever,
Yeah.
or since ever things have been recorded, it was visible in the UK for 10 consecutive days. All of the UK as well, wasn't it?
Pretty
It wasn't
much, yeah.
just...
It
It
wasn't
wasn't
just
just
like
the Northern,
Devon,
Lights,
I
the Northern
mean,
Lights.
I-
No, it was all of
I
the
didn't
UK.
see them, London, light pollution. But anyway, Harriet went to the beach the one night to go and see them. She was in Newcastle. And cloudy night, at about midnight, she's on the beach. And cloudy night, can't see them. She was like, yeah, we've wasted our time here.
Good friend of mine in the Isle of Wight, they were crystal clear in the Isle of Wight.
Okay, that's good.
So, yeah.
I'm going to say the pushing back of populism. So the votes in Poland, the votes in France.
What?
Yeah, the
are
pushing
you
back
on
of
about?
populism. You know, I think it's a good thing.
I don't know what you're on about.
Centrist government in the UK, no? We're getting political again.
Dan was asleep for that
what's
bit.
the best phenomenon or trend this year?
First off, can you say phenomenon?
Phenomenal.
We've broken his brain. I think I just broke Dan's brain.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenon.
Phenomenon. I don't know.
Can I say the worst one? We're going to do worst phenomenon, which is I no longer go to the pictures anymore. I no longer go to the cinema because of divs on their phones. Divs on their
That
phones
winds me up.
have ruined going to the pictures now.
Winds me up. Oh,
They just ruined it. I don't even go anymore.
phones. So, go back to Germany. Mentioning phones.
Yeah.
We went to the pub, and one of the chaps who comes with us, Shane, bless him, he has
I'd like
to
to point
be.
out Dan is on his phone right
He
now.
has to be
I'm actually
centre of everything. He just
Googling
loves
phenomenal.
it. So he lives on his phone. He's literally on his phone constantly. It's like he's got like ADHD or whatever he's got.
Yeah.
But he's just permanently on his
Exactly,
phone, messing
addicted.
around, a bit
Yeah.
like Dan.
Yeah.
And I confiscated his phone for an hour and a half off him.
Good man.
Yeah. So the first hour, I put it face down, so he couldn't see the phone going off. And then really to spite him, for the last half hour, I turned it the other way, so we could see all the notifications on his phone, but he sat at the opposite side of the table, itching to get to his phone.
I mean, in lots of schools now in Australia, they've banned phones, but they've actually banned social media for under 16s in Australia now. And it's coming here. I think it'd be a great thing.
I'm
to
a
be
big
fair,
advocate if
you're
you
meant
go
to
out-
be 16 on all social media anyway.
Yeah, but that doesn't stop you, does it? Yeah. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I was 16 when Facebook came out, so
Oh.
Have we done
What
it?
you want to do is go out for a meal, and everyone put their phones in the middle of a table.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
But
the first
don't
person,
actually
one that goes
the
off.
first person to pick the phone up or touch the phone pays for the meal.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
But
That's a great idea.
It's all right. Dan's been on his phone a million times.
Yeah,
We'll
don't worry about
no,
it.
but I because I've had to Google half the stuff you've said in this podcast.
Have we done Div of the Year? We haven't done Div of the
we
Year.
haven't had his phenomenon.
Oh, sorry. What's your phenomenon? Now you
controversial
Google
for
what the
Div of the
word
Year.
is.
I still don't really. No, I don't know. Give me some examples. I'll tell you what. I told you I like to
We've gone with the Northern Lights so far.
shout some at me.
The brat phenomenon.
Oh, that was that Brat Summer thing, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Oh, yeah, no.
No.
I didn't get on board with that.
The Taylor Swift, nutty kind of.
Oh, that would have been elite to go and see Eras.
It would have been what?
Elite.
Elite.
Yeah.
He's making words up now. Isn't
Yeah.
Give me another.
he? Give you another.
So what makes these phenomenons?
Remember the ice bucket challenge? But there wasn't like an ice bucket challenge.
Just
this year.
trends, then? Or?
Yeah, trends this year.
Tell you, there's a good trend I like at the moment.
Does it involve puppies?
No, it's on this thing called TikTok, which I don't actually have, but I see it.
I have TikTok.
And it's, in TK Maxx, how they sell the most random shizzle in the world.
Yeah.
And it's someone being like,
Thanks for not swearing. Yeah.
oh, respectful to our listener. And they'll be like, yeah, so you'll be in there and like, you'll be with your mate and you'll be like, hi, I was just wondering if you have like the most random thing ever. So it'll be like a statue of a snowman, but covered in sequins with like a fucking Santa's hat on his head.
Right, so
and then they'll
so
be
you
like,
blank the S and then
and anyway, they'll be like, oh, like this thing. And it's just the most random, like, it's just going around pointing out all the random stuff in. Very funny. I'll show it you after. Very
He's
funny.
got all his time on his hands. He's not reading a book. I mean,
I don't have TikTok. I just get
What was the question?
what was the question?
Trend of the year or something. like that.
Car of the year.
Wow. Should we get started on cars, shall we?
Let's
I
get
think
started
you'll
on
find
cars.
in episode 4 I pointed out the failings of certain types of cars.
how do
it's
you
correct.
get into your car? Do you just unlock it and get into it?
Yes.
Yes. Well, do you unlock your car?
I
and get into it?
actually don't own a car, but yes, I would. Just
Right. What about you?
I
How do you get?
I
How
use
do
the
you
Force.
you
honestly.
use the force? Does the force always work?
No, it doesn't. Because
Do you get
I was out on the
stuck
race for
outside
10
in the
minutes
rain?
yesterday, waving this thing around. Like,
So I don't-
would it just open?
I'm,
And it
not,
wouldn't
I'm
open.
actually not understanding what you don't have a button on your
No,
key.
there's no.
No.
It's just like if you walk
So
close,
a
it's
card,
meant
it's
to
like
unlock.
Tesla got a card, hasn't it? Yeah, so
Well, apparently,
Apparently
you told me that.
Craig's got another manufacturer, electric car.
you do know you can use your phone to unlock your car.
Yeah, in the end, when the app works, but half the time the app doesn't work.
Because the app needs
Anyway.
internet, I guess, and if you haven't got internet, you're in
You've got
trouble.
to wave
No,
it
I
over
got
the B
internet.
pillar.
What you need to do is everyone go and buy a Range Rover because you go to the garage,
No.
you put diesel in
X5.
it, and it goes.
X5.
Yeah, and the only problem with that is you've got creamy interior and kids. So that's
not the point.
gonna go horribly
It's
wrong.
okay because it wipes clean.
And the second thing is, if you
I
get
bet.
one of the decent ones like the Sport, you get road tax of $5,500 a year, mate.
So, interestingly,
Yeah. Never has a word been
£194
so misused.
that one I
Yeah.
just bought for the wife. It's not
Also, can we just go back a minute?
It is a sport.
Is it?
Yeah.
How have you got it so cheap then?
Why
have you got your hand up?
Steve has already said he buys what he wants when he wants, including a hot tub. He is not worried about money, this man. He's wiping his arse with £20 notes. So he's not worried about the road tax on a Range Rover.
No, his road tax seems to be cheaper than mine.
Yeah.
We are almost finished. We're almost out of time.
Are we?
I've really enjoyed this.
Yeah.
We haven't got to the fun bits.
I know. Well, you've been talking about motoring all the time.
How long is it going to be?
Pardon?
Why are we running out of time?
Because I'm going to go and take my daughter to Panto soon.
Oh, well, come on, let's stop asking about the car.
Exactly. So, what have you hated this year?
No, you've missed.
I missed.
No, you've missed moment of the year.
All right.
Come on, let's do them all. Let's just get through them quick.
Right,
really quick.
My moment of the year was when Steve drilled into a brick outside, and as he took the drill out, it just pissed out water.
Yeah, that was quite...
It was a bit odd. And it didn't stop for ages, so we thought it hit something, and then we just sat there looking at it. The best bit was, it was on the disabled ramp, so it wasn't like it was attached to anything. Yeah. Water just appeared from nowhere and carried on going.
Quite strange, that was. Wow. Where that water came from. I don't know where that came from.
But it was very comedy. I was just pissing myself, and he sat there on the floor going, what the hell?
Like that.
Right, that's wonderful. Steve, moment. I'll just get us through this, yeah. Steve, moment of the year.
I don't really have any moments,
to be quite honest. I don't really have any either.
Everything's just good in it, really.
Yeah. Mine would be the first time I set eyes on this beautiful establishment of the Tap and Run. Yours, Craig?
Shout. Any sunny morning, I'd take my dogs for a walk in Martley. It's the best place in the world.
Okay. You really have got to get a life.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, holiday/trip of the year.
I didn't go anywhere. I was either working here or building a house. So,
how's the house build going?
We'll just glaze past that for now.
Okay, we'll glaze past that. So no holidays. Merry Christmas, Steve. Holiday.
The
storm took its toll.
Disneyland every year, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll go back there this year as well. Next year, 2025.
Yeah. You go every year though.
Yeah.
But Florida. You mix it up, don't you?
Yeah, we normally do Paris.
This is how you do the podcast, by the way.
Yeah. Normally do Paris every year, but we're going to Florida next year.
Okay, yeah. And what is that? Holiday of the year, or was it a different one? No, you've been around Europe. Surely a Villa result this year will be up there.
I've been everywhere. With the football.
But which one? Were you at Munich? Was it Munich at home or away?
Munich at home.
Munich at home. That should be moment of the year, to be honest.
No.
You need to hurry up, Dan.
I don't know, mate. I don't know. Let me think.
We'll come back to you, Craig.
Lille away in the quarter final.
Moment of the year.
When we won the penalty shootout.
No, holiday.
Holiday. Holiday year is... I had such a romantic time in Virginia Water with my missus for a weekend.
Okay.
It was very romantic. It was beautiful. Lovely
That's in
weather.
America, I'm assuming, by the time.
It's near Windsor. The kids went to Thorpe Park and we spent a bit of time together. It was lovely.
I thought it was in America and it's in Windsor.
The first time I drove in a motorway was to drive to Thorpe Park. It was just after I passed my test. Me and my mates jumped in the little mini. Straight to Thorpe Park.
Anyway, my holiday, probably Norway. Wonderful. Lovely trip on a cruise.
Was it nice?
A cruise?
Cruise, yeah.
So you've got the mental age of a 5-year-old and you go on holidays with a 90-year-old.
So my mum says she doesn't like flying. Right. So we basically could only fly an hour as kids, and then now we've got into cruising. So we've been on several cruises and we all enjoy cruise. But my mum doesn't like flying. Now all of a sudden we're 19, 20 odd, and since we turned about 18, or my sister did, and we didn't have to go on holiday with them. Mum's been to Vietnam, Australia, they're going to America next year, so this flying fee was just a thing. But yeah. Anyway, you don't sound very interested in that one. But that's why we go on cruises. What have you hated this year, Tobey? This podcast.
Yeah, it's going to be up there, I'm not going to lie. It's been a learning curve working with you, Dan.
Imagine doing it 8 hours a day.
I couldn't do that. I would definitely leave. What was the question?
Moment you've hated this year?
Probably building the house. The instructions that came with my lovely flat pack house were...
I was going to say, is it flat pack?
It was meant to be, but it was not like a decent IKEA thing where you actually had instructions how to do that.
Hang on, decent and IKEA?
No.
Can we just quickly...
the two instructions, right? Mine is
Tobey, quickly,
put the roof on, and it doesn't tell you how or anything like that. It's just,
People are trying to listen to this. If you got anything like punchier, seriously.
We're meant to be quick fire in these last few questions.
Okay, the downside to my year was the instruction manual that came with my house.
Okay,
it was shocking.
Steve,
Highlight of my year.
No, down. Well, moment. Just next question. What you've loved this year? So let's get thinking. But yeah, hated at the moment.
What have you hated this year?
The love and the hate thing is the same thing. I'm
Go
going
on,
to say.
mate. Spit it out.
This place.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the
top
cricket
and
club
bottom.
in general, at points I've absolutely hated it, but also
You love it.
quite love what we've achieved. Does that make sense?
That does make sense.
Yeah.
And it is a wonderful establishment. Craig.
I haven't hated anything this year.
Oh, you just missed the
You're
positive, aren't you?
too cheery.
No, I really.
it's
Okay, what
like
about day
sickly.
one at Polestar?
No, the people there were so.
What about
lovely.
owning a pulsar?
Yeah, okay, I've hated them.
Yeah, what about that 10 minutes? Okay, so you hated that. What have you loved?
What have I loved?
Owning a pulsar.
I have loved the fact that my kids are just so happy at the moment. My kids are
Okay.
just.
No,
Yeah,
you love
yeah.
the fact that you can get hair product delivered within an hour now, can't
Yeah,
you?
okay, that's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
go with that. I'll go with that. Come on, Mr.
Toby, let's have loved. We haven't had your loved.
Loved working here. Granted, it's been a trial at times, but I have loved it.
And you love the fact Katie just brings you over a pint when
I
you
was
need.
just saying
As Katie
that.
just brings a
Katie's
pint over.
bringing-
drink on
Over.
tap is brilliant. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Okay, mine.
No, well, yeah. that's
What have I
yours.
loved this year? I
You haven't
love.
had your hate yet. You glazed
No,
over yours.
they're related, but my love
here we go.
is the flower garden that Craig
Oh my
does
god.
outside the pavilion. And what have I hated? The fact we haven't got a water fountain or water feature yet
Yeah,
outside the
that's
front of
all
the
you keep
pavilion.
going on about.
no,
I know.
you say that, but you haven't seen the lovely patio that
Well,
Lardy
no,
put
it is
in.
quite flooded
That
at the
is right
moment.
now,
Yeah, we
a
do
water
have.
feature.
We've almost got a swimming pool at the moment for the
That's
listener.
because the drain is
Do you know how we get a
uphill
water
from
feature?
the
Just
thing.
get Steve with a drill. It'll be fine.
And just,
fair. Yeah,
I
that did
don't
work.
want to keep reiterating I've listened, but I was listening, and when you said about winning the lottery, all I was thinking was a bloody water fountain is what I'll be buying.
Dan, quick question. If you won the lottery, how much would 10 million? How much would you give to this place?
Well, I'll buy a big water fountain. That's
Yeah,
it.
nice one. You see, look at that generosity.
Weirdly,
Thanks.
you say that. The other day, I was I did the old texting thing for the radio, and you could win like I think it was 250
£500,000
grand.
quid or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
got
you
up
didn't
to
win?
half a mil. No, I didn't win. But
Sorry,
I
you
thought,
silly.
well, I would put like half of that into this place to A, bump us up so we didn't struggle so much, and B, kit it out so we had slightly different chairs and things like that. Just maybe
How
change
much
the
are your chairs
carpet.
going to cost?
Well, it's more the point that I just wanted to have a nice float.
No, I agree.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that
That'd
is
be good.
Watch this space, listeners.
Yeah.
But
Tap
I
and
did
run,
genuinely
Martley,
think about
Worcestershire, centre of the universe.
I think the general consensus is January that we might be getting some or trying to find some more furniture
Oh,
in
really?
January. Yes.
Oh, okay, that's nice. That's nice. Dan, as
Well,
you're the new
I've
podcast
decided
host.
that. I haven't
Yeah,
told anyone
anyway,
yet, but
yeah,
I've
I've
decided that.
just finished renovating all the furniture in
Yeah,
it.
no, some of them need
As,
replacing, don't they?
Sam
Yeah.
Fitcher likes to say, a quick game's a happy game and a quick podcast's a happy podcast. But here we
Hey.
are, we're still here. Resolutions. I'm not sure where we're going here. I'll have to speak to the actual host.
You are
MTC
literally
goals.
sucking up to try and get this little.
He's got a new gig.
MTC
He
goals
wants-
and
he wants to
objectives.
do
What's
one
that?
on his
Like,
own.
our goals in the MTC? What
Yeah,
we want the
what do you want?
MTC?
What do you want for 2025 for Martley Cricket Club?
A water fountain.
Division 2 promotion.
Never going to
See,
happen
mine's
this
not
year.
gonna
going to be
happen.
about this
Right.
place. I want this place to carry on going well.
Not going to happen
Right.
this year.
Dan,
Mine would be a water fountain. And
you're
my,
obsessed with water fountains.
I think it would look amazing on that patio. A water feature.
You've got to remember, he's very simple. He will happily sit there and stare at it for hours. It's like a video version of a pop-up book for him.
My own objective would be to play more games than I did this year for Martley. So I've
Well,
got one to beat.
fair,
I've got
you
one
can't-
to beat.
Yeah, I was going to say, you only played one game
Yeah,
last
but
year, so
life's
I mean,
all
it's not
about
going to be hard,
life's
is
all
it?
about improvement, isn't it? If I
Yes.
played 2, I would have doubled on last
do
year's
you think
performance.
Dan's dream is like a load of puppies playing in a water fountain? Don't you think?
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, we
As
covered.
long as someone's
I think I've seen
winding
a
up
film
the
about
monkey
that.
that's clapping its
I
cymbals
think I've
in his
seen a
head,
film
he's
about
happy.
that.
Craig's got a panto. What panto?
What panto?
Have you got-
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Oh, Men in
Yeah.
Tights, that's a good film.
Do you know who directed it?
No.
Mel Brooks.
Did it?
Yeah.
Anyway, you've got to get off to that, so we're meant to be firing,
Yeah.
really. Personal goals and objectives.
Have you got any personal goals or objectives for this
I'm
year?
going to try and get through the year.
Brilliant.
Yeah?
Just want to stay happy.
Yeah, stay happy. I'm starting a new job,
I think,
so
I think it's
I'm
about
going to be.
time that everyone stopped being miserable. I've got to be honest.
You're the
There
most
are
miserable
far
sod we
too-
know.
I'm not
Are
miserable
you
at
going
all.
to lead
Far
by
from
example,
miserable.
sort of thing?
Far from miserable. You
Yeah,
know
could you
that.
keep saying that you're not going to talk to miserable people, but you're the most miserable person anyone's ever spoken to?
I'm not miserable though, am I?
Not now he's got a hot tub.
You're not miserable, but you're moaning to left you being miserable right now.
Well, yeah, but it's only because
For the podcast, can we just get a picture of you with a Bucks Fizz in your hot tub?
No.
Okay.
So,
Oh, a signed one. That can go behind the bar and all.
Steve's going to be less miserable.
Yeah.
Was that the answer you said?
No. I'm going to stop talking to people
Stop
who are
talking
miserable.
Toby's is what? Stay happy.
It was stay happy and
Stay happy.
do well at my new job.
Do well at
Yeah.
What is the new job?
I'm going back into fixing X-rays and stuff.
Oh,
like that.
nice.
really? Wow.
Nice.
Nice. What about you?
I was trying to think of an X-ray related joke, but I couldn't. I was going gamma, but
Yeah,
couldn't get
it is my way. Do you know what a horologist is?
no.
Oh, do you?
No.
Yes, study of watches.
Yeah, well, actually,
Is it
means
really?
study of time and space. But
That's
yeah.
it, yeah.
Is
Yeah,
it
that
really?
was what I was,
Time,
that's
isn't
what
it?
I'm qualified.
And
in.
then
How are we not charging for this?
there'll be plenty more interesting facts coming up for you. Watch this space.
He's really
That was
getting into
good.
the
That was-
hosting
that
now,
was
isn't
good,
he?
yeah.
Anyway, Craig, you want to stay happy as well?
Yeah. What about you? Dan?
My personal goals. Well, I'm actually going to play more cricket here by one more game.
Yeah.
As if you're selected.
I need to start stressing less at work, I think, is a key one. Yeah, I've been letting work take over my stress.
Oh, forget
That's
that.
a bit of a big one. And the other, I've got a bet on now with Harriet, as of yesterday, dry year.
We did only ask for one.
Dry year.
yeah.
Well, because she said, could I do a dry Jan? And I went, easy. And I believe I could do it easy. So I put 100 quid on that I could do a dry
Why would you
year.
deprive yourself?
For a whole year.
Oh, yeah, just to see if I can. It was easy. I asked her to put it in an investment pot and I'll have the
I could
interest
put
on
my
it.
arm up an elephant's bottom, but I wouldn't want to do it.
But anyway,
I don't think you could, actually.
I don't know if you're tall enough.
Oh yeah, you'd have to get ladders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't-
I must
don't-
reiterate, it's a dry year in the UK, so if I go on holiday, I can drink. But that was the one rule in
He's
it.
in
That
Norway after you. Yeah.
That was the one rule in it. Yeah, so I'll just go on a lot of holiday. I'm going travelling for the year. See you next year.
Yeah.
Plenty of pensioners' cruises.
Plenty of pensioners cruises. Well, because I want to go skiing and like that, you can't do skiing over. So therefore, that
You
would
have to share the Spotify link to your employers. I'll tell you.
Anyway, what? My employer saw me very drunk the other day. That wasn't good. What new things will you try, Steve? Being cheerful,
hair product.
No.
watching some good football.
I'm currently doing that at the moment. I think you'll find. No, not going to try anything new. What's the point changing?
Oh, so you're not gonna try your new hot tub down?
Well, no, because that's like that's like not something new, is it? It's
But
like
have you used it yet?
the kids are in it as we speak. I think.
Yeah, but no, have you used it yet?
Funnily enough, no, I've not
There you go,
actually
then.
been
So
in
would-
it yet.
It would be new to
'Cause
you, so that's
it's,
something you need to try this year.
I haven't really had the time.
Yeah.
Can I say what I'm going to try?
What are you going to try?
My job
More hair
is-
product.
My new job is based.
A new supplier.
Well, my new job
Going to try
part
getting
of the time.
sponsored by Lego.
Yeah.
My job part of the time is
Lego
based in
Ed.
Swiss. is in the German part of Switzerland, and I did German A level, so I'm going to try and get fluent in German this year.
Are you?
I tried.
Why?
See,
Warum
German's
nicht?
brilliant
Why?
because it's all
Warum
phonetically
nicht?
spelt.
Why?
That means why not?
I know.
Yeah,
Why do you
it's-
want to speak German? Spanish has got to be a better language to speak. Majority of the world speaks Spanish.
Well, they
not
actually
German.
Arabic's
Pretty
the,
sure the
Arabic's the
majority of the
language
world
of the future.
speaks
They reckon.
English.
They reckon that,
Dumpa.
like if you want to learn a language, Arabic's the language of the future. That's what they're saying.
Really?
Yeah, apparently.
Okay.
Where did you find that in your pop-up book?
Google it, but
Can I just
I
confirm?
feel like no, but it's because my cousin wants to do Arabic at university,
Yeah.
and I said, "Why on earth would you want to do that?" And she said, "It's the language of the future, supposedly."
We're
So
on-
basically,
we're on an hour
you
and a
thought
quarter,
the exact
so-
same
Are
thing
we?
that we did, but because one person's told you otherwise, you're now voicing it.
But my cousin's actually quite intelligent, unlike me.
We're on an hour and a quarter, Dan.
How long's the minute?
your
Next
hosting
question.
skills?
Okay. So what will we try? You're going to learn German.
Yeah.
We didn't really get the answers, I don't think.
I said I was going to try my new job on that.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
not. You're going to try and finish your house.
Oh, yeah.
Surely.
And Steve would be cheerful.
Okay, yeah, maybe finish the house and find some
gonna-
new windows after
I-
that storm the other day.
This is something I've had feedback on. I'm going to try and talk a bit quieter because apparently I'm
luck with
very
that.
loud.
How many years are you going to give that?
I'll probably fail that one, but yeah, I need to. Right. What's the most important
Can't be
global
both
event
ones.
you want to see in 2025?
And end of the war in Ukraine for me.
Hey?
End of the war in Ukraine.
That would be a
But you
good
don't hear about it anymore. It's just like this.
Brilliant. Oh, there's no war.
Yeah, but it's never going to end, is it? Because he wants something. They can't. Neither of them can win the thing anyway. So it's just going to carry on, isn't it?
thing.
I mean, listen to
Global
Andrew
event that
Marr
you
over
wanna
here.
see.
But neither of them can win, can they?
He's all he is, isn't he? Andrew
Is that a
Marr.
global event?
Dan, what about you?
I was just thinking. I'm not sure yet.
Brilliant.
Apparently, my global event is Catherine getting engaged. apparently to me.
I thought you were engaged.
No,
We're not engaged now.
no. Do you know why? Because we went to the Taskmaster thing the other day, right? And she said, "This is the best thing. It's the highlight of my life because she beat me at the Taskmaster thing."
According to our junior development officer,
And
she's
she
never
reckoned-
been that drunk.
She reckoned that that was the greatest thing, couldn't be topped. I went, "Not even by marriage," and she went, "No." So I went, "All right, sod you then."
Well, we're looking forward to coming to your Hello wedding.
Yeah.
Steve, what was your global event you wanted?
I'd like to see Boris Johnson and Nigel Farage
Yeah.
become joint prime ministers. Because I think that'd
You're
be
further
that'd be
right than
fantastic.
Genghis Khan, aren't you? You really are. Dan, what about you?
I actually don't know. What sports? What are the big sports events of next year? I don't really
That's
care
what you're
about
going
anything.
with.
I don't care about
The
anything
same
else in
things
the
as
world.
always.
I was
Like,
thinking you were going to say climate change or end of the war in Gaza. No.
He'll just be happy if he gets a new calculator for his job.
I'm
Yeah.
just like,
Hopefully China doesn't invade
But like,
Taiwan. Or...
without being.
Maybe it's
If Turkey invaded,
yours should be the new Harry
Syria,
Potter series.
would
that's coming
Greece
out.
help?
Oh, that's going to be a
From the
lead.
rear.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, there you go. They're safe for you.
That's going to be. But no, like the war in Ukraine, awful as it is, doesn't affect me at the moment. So therefore, like,
Oh, that's all right then.
Pretty sure it does.
no, but like, I unfortunately agree
Like
with
the
Steve. But
price
it's not
of
good.
petrol
Like, how's it
and
going to
stuff.
end? Like,
Yeah.
we.
Get on with it. Go on.
Oh no, he doesn't drive, so he doesn't get affected by the price of petrol.
Anyway, on to the last question.
No, we're on the last question. Are we on the last
That's
question?
the emails. Emails of the
World
week.
peace would
Oh,
be
yeah.
nice. World peace would be nice. I'm not denying that, but
Oh, don't you?
just doesn't impact me at the moment.
Oh,
Bugger
I've
off,
thought
Bob.
of the thing that annoys me about
And that's because I'm in a
Christmas.
very privileged
Right.
position. I won't deny that.
This is the thing that does
When did Bob
bug me.
Geldof turn up?
Okay. The thing that bugs me about Christmas, right,
Yeah.
is the
It's Christmas
ironically
time.
one of the Bob Geldof songs. They say there won't be any snow in Africa this Christmas, but it wouldn't because it's like summer over there. So at Christmas time in Africa, it's not going to snow, is
It's
it?
never going to snow.
North
No.
of the equator, it's winter.
It's not. Not there.
You know
It's-
the-
yeah,
it
is,
but
the equator.
their winter is not like sub-zero.
Yeah.
So it's,
You'll
it's
you can't- you
never
can't.
going to snow in Africa.
Yeah.
So that irritates me every time I
But
hear
why?
that song.
Because like I swear, deserts get freezing.
You know,
So
this
why
is a
can I
bunch
not-
of pop singers trying to help starving people. at
I
the
get
time.
that, but they could.
You know,
at
they had
least get it
24
right.
hours to write this song.
Yeah, but since
You
then
can
they've
tell. You
re-released
can tell by the
that
lyrics,
song
apparently.
umpteen times over the years, and no one's ever picked up on that. Gone, maybe we should change that.
Right, that's what.
Dizzy Rascal got to rap in one of them.
Can I say?
All right, but we still.
Can I say that's what annoys me right now? Everyone is so cynical and reduces down to lowest common denominator.
Oh, you
Be
drive
happy
a
with the
Pulsar.
world. Be happy with the world. Don't
what-
everyone criticises everything. I don't know if it's social media. Everyone
Oh,
criticises
yeah.
everything.
I do genuinely think that the world has gone very, very
Grumpy, miserable.
woke. And,
Yeah, I'll go with that.
and I think 98% of people are pandering to the 2% of people that are just like woke. The whole
Basically, you
thing.
want everyone to be a
You're
bit more like Piers Morgan.
Right.
No,
we are
no,
pushed for time
Yeah,
over here.
you're
and
so
if
wrong.
Steve gets
No,
onto
no.
this, we'll be here all year.
Yeah,
Right.
that's not the view of the official podcast.
We've listened to 2025 coming in on this podcast if Steve carries on that one.
Have we got a final question yet?
Yeah. What email would you like to receive in 2025? We got a £30 welcome bonus from Ladbrokes or a £40 bonus from Foxy Bingo.
Yeah,
You
the-
got desperate writing these questions, didn't you?
Those are the latest emails we had. Yeah, Foxy Bingo.
Oh, is that where
And
they come from,
Ladbrokes.
is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Surely it'd be the Foxy Bingo because it's more money.
No, those are the ones we just had. But what one do you think we should need to get?
Win the lottery. Congratulations,
Yeah.
you have won.
Won the lottery.
Because
That'd
they
be
email
nice
you now,
email
don't
to
they?
get, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I was thinking you've won a petrol or diesel based car.
Yeah,
I'd be
that
happy
would
with
good, yeah.
Kung Fu Panda available on Christmas Day on Sky Cinema.
Right. What about you, Toby? What
I went with the
email?
lottery.
Win the lottery, Steve?
Yeah, the lottery
what was
one.
your email you want to receive?
Yeah. That's got to be up there, hasn't it? The old lottery winning email.
Well, yeah, not for
Hang
the
on,
club. They
do you
wouldn't
pay
give any
the
money.
lottery?
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
Dan, what?
Mine would
this
be.
is the last
It would be
answer.
for the club.
Mine.
He'd donate.
You haven't said
50p.
yours.
And a
10
Freddo.
pence. 10 pence, I said.
You've won
yeah.
a petrol or diesel car.
Oh yeah,
And
you
not
did
an
say.
electric one.
Mine would just be my landlord saying we sorted all the problems in this flat because it's a bit of a dive and it's a bit of a nightmare sometimes.
Oh, really?
We've had about 6 weeks without a boiler at one point.
And apparently the neighbours are complaining about all the
quite
noise,
annoying.
all the squeaking.
Yeah. So yeah, that would be nice.
My
That's
house
about
hasn't
it.
even got a boiler fitted yet.
You haven't got
cushy.
windows.
Yeah, but you're not living in it as well. That's the
because they
difference.
broke in the storm.
And you haven't got a roof.
I have a roof. It's just not complete.
I had a bathroom redone that was meant to take about 3 weeks, took about a month and a half. So,
That's your fault for employing Lardy.
Well, that's your
I
fault.
didn't
Yeah.
employ. No.
Yeah.
My landlord just told me that they were turning up to do it. I didn't have an option.
So to conclude, are we saying that one, Dan needs to come back for his own series?
I'd like to
And
see you with less hair product in next year.
Are we saying Toby?
I reckon he should grow it out.
Toby can come back, but as long as he takes some happy pills, because I need the Samaritans right now.
Yeah.
Steve is well. You just need a uniform and a salute now. You got that far right. And I just want to say Happy Christmas to our listeners.
I'd actually just like
Are you
to
allowed
say.
to say Happy Christmas Easter then?
Yes. Don't join that.
That's the
Do
thing
not
that
join
annoys
that.
me about Christmas.
Do not join
I'm
that
just
brigade.
saying.
Those
you've gotta
numpties
be-
who say Happy Holidays.
Yeah.
And I say
Or
Happy
happy
Christmas.
festive period or whatever.
Season's greetings.
Yeah.
If someone says season's greetings to me,
That's
I
a
kick him in
bullshit.
the.
See,
It's
I had a
Christmas.
thing from Amazon where it didn't turn up yesterday,
Yeah.
and the last thing the guy said to me was, "Drive safe and enjoy the festive period."
Yeah.
And I was like,
Even Christmas then.
"You mean Christmas?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think we've resolved everything in this podcast. We've
Yeah.
gone right around the world. We've obviously sorted the war in Ukraine, which is nice.
Yeah.
Sorted Toby's house.
Yeah.
You're going to get more hair products, Steve. Or you're going to get hair products, Steve.
No, I'm not.
And Dan is.
I'm not because
Dan
I
is
refuse.
going to be dry and
I
quieter.
refuse. I don't need to. What's the point? It's just like that's
I
it,
might
innit?
get a haircut.
Well, I'd love to do that. It'd be like, you remember him coming to America when he just cut his ponytail off?
Yeah, see,
charged him
it'd be
$8.
like that, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
anyway,
I'm gonna go
you got a pantomime to get to.
I've got a pantomime
So
to get to.
I'd just like to say, as the new host of the podcast for the day, have a Merry Christmas, everybody. Steve, be more cheerful next year.
I am
Toby, good luck with the
cheerful.
new job.
Thanks.
Craig, enjoy your panto tonight. If you've got
Thank
any
you, Dan.
emails you'd like to send us, please send it to creasemeup@hotmail.com. And we will see you next year with your usual host, Craig.
Thanks, guys.
Merry Christmas all.
Cheers.
Cheers.